Mythical Monkey! From American Idol MP3 players to dildo-shaped jellyfish, we look at 20 worst Happy Meal toys ever. Number 20. The plastic glove puppet. It sounds obscene, I know, and it sort of was for those kids subjected to this early Happy Meal prize, usually given out when the store had run out of their allotment of the real Happy Meal toy. Sure, it had Ronald McDonald printed on it, but is that supposed to make you feel better? Combine the baseline lameness of getting this thing as a prize with the apparently dark ages of graphic design in which characters just look a little too scary for words. Number 19. Madame Alexander Oz dolls. Okay, first I have to officially lodge a protest. There are kid dolls that are produced by a company called Madame Alexander. That being said, the 2008 marriage of Ronald McDonald and Madame Alexander just sounds like some sort of eerie colored fake baby clown funeral. Most horrifying is that this wave was all based on the Wizard of Oz, and it hit its foot in this evil winged monkey baby. First off, this is where cross-marketing goes completely off the rails. Second, this thing is just utterly terrifying. The flying monkeys from Oz have seriously creeped out kids for years. Sticking a baby version of plastic baggie just ups the horror. Here, have a nightmare with your McNuggets, kid. Number 18. McDonaldland Airport. This is a good example of how Happy Meal toys sort of suck when they're about McDonald's. These things look like they belong in cereal boxes, and even then, they'd be a serious disappointment. Toy quality aside, did anyone ever know anyone who actually liked most McDonaldland characters as kids? Number 17. E.T. posters. Posters aren't necessarily bad things for kids' prizes. Kids like to decorate the room with ridiculous things just like the rest of us. But a poster comes in a Happy Meal? Yeah, that sounds like trouble. First, it's going to come all folded up, and second, it's going to sit next to the fries and soak up the grease. But all in all, not the worst prize. At least the first time around. See, McDonald's did this promotion twice. First when E.T. was actually in theaters, which makes sense, and then again 3 years later in 1985, when it made no sense at all. Unless you consider that McDonald's probably had a ton of leftover posters in a warehouse someplace. Number 16. Halloween buckets. While the Halloween themed pails aren't so bad in and of themselves, what made these suck was that they didn't include a price. They were the prize. Kids opened these up, waiting to see what was inside, and they got nothing. Now it's important to note that these buckets actually date back to the early days of McDonald's. The activities in the box were thought to be the major draws. They would have noticed that this idea fell away in favor of toys and little baggies nestled next to a sack of 6 fries and a burger the size of a beer coaster. This happened for a reason, and that reason is, no matter how fun the packaging is, what's inside still really counts. Number 15. Ronald McDonald mask. McDonald's often produce toys based off their mascot, Ronald McDonald. One of the most creepiest toys, the Ronald mask, you could say rivals Chucky or even Freddy Krueger. Apparently kids all over America were sad to learn when opening up their Happy Meal to find a very boring, useless cardboard mask with grease from food all over it. Although the so-called toy was disappointing, it was just the beginning of the saddest Happy Meal toy ever. Number 14. American Idol MP3 player. This 2007 McDonald's toy seemed to be designed with maximum parental annoyance in mind. You see, this flimsy plastic iPod knockoff plays one, yes, just one short tune, the American Idol theme song, over and over and over again. Basically, it wasn't even an MP3 player at all. All parents hated it, although someone like Ryan Seacrest probably loved it. Number 13. Hammerman Toothpaste. This one is actually from White Castle, not McDonald's, although it had to be included because it was just ridiculous. Yes, they actually did swap out a toy for a tube of toothpaste. Hoping to balance the negative publicity associated with this unhealthy menu, they decided to endorse healthy brushing, and who better to represent the dental cause than hip-hop superstar MC Hammer. In 1991, this grape-flavored Hammerman toothpaste served as a White Castle kids meal toy, disappointing kids all over the country. Number 12. Karaoke Cd. This was a Wendy's kids meal toy from 2010. It was a major fail for 2 reasons. First and foremost, children were not particularly fond of disco music, and second, parents were not particularly fond of the fact that Donna Summer's song Last Dance included the song lyrics, "I'm so horny." So with that, parents all over America complained that this toy was pretty sad. Number 11. Nature's Watch. Back in 1991, McDonald's introduced the Nature's Watch Happy Meals as a series of toys to celebrate Earth Day and to get kids out of the house and away from the TV for a while to enjoy the beautiful canvas that is outdoors. But unless your child was an avid gardener, which let's face it, most kids are not, this probably wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes before ending up in the trash. But obviously, some people did hold on to them because you can still find them on eBay for a good price. Number 10. Happy Feet 2. This toy was from Burger King and not McDonald's, but we think it should be included. You would spin the wheel in the center of the Happy Feet glacial freebie, and the film's title character sings the same short tune at varying speeds. You can imagine a restaurant full of children operating this broken record plaything. It is sure to make any adult head explode. It was a very basic plastic toy that had one plain Happy Feet sticker on it. Basically, they didn't spend too much time creating this one. Number 9. Rasputin. This was a Burger King toy that was offered as a tie-in with the 1997 Anastasia, in which the Russian mystic was cast as the villain. Pulling the figurine's arms off made his head pop off, and pressing a button put it back into place. Parents complained that this toy was a little too grisly, not to mention history buffs found it insensitive, given that actual Rasputin's death is one of the most gruesome in history. Number 8. Clone Wars. This is a good example of how movie tie-ins can go wrong by supporting semi-collectible pieces that kids don't care about and are too stupid looking to be really popular with the older fans. This Clone Wars line was just a bad idea, with virtually no play value. Giant heads erupting from tiny vehicles? These are not two great tastes that taste greater. As a side note, this also marks the 486th time that Chewbacca has been completely screwed by the Star Wars franchise. He gets an Imperial Skywalker? Come on, give a Wookiee a break. Number 7. Shark Tail Jellyfish. Now most adults' reaction to this particular toy is usually, are you seriously serious? It's supposed to be a jellyfish from Shark Tale, but something's very wrong about this toy. Most people can't decide which is worse, the purple colored shaft or the weird looking head. Parents complained that it looks similar to a dildo and were mind-boggled about how such a toy could be approved. Number 6. Nutritional Books. In an effort to end all fun, McDonald's started giving away books with Happy Meals instead of toys. The 4 books that are written to promote healthy eating include Diana's Big Dreams. Shows that Diana, the world's smallest dinosaur, grew tall by eating well. So pretty much the opposite of eating at McDonald's. So with these books, kids can now learn how many calories they just consumed faster than ever before. Number 5. Michael Jordan Frisbee. Yes, a fitness-themed Happy Meal may sound worse than a McVeggie burger, but throw in a stopwatch that didn't work and a Frisbee with Michael Jordan's face on it, and you've got yourself a whole lot of plastic with one Michael Jordan sticker on it. Even parents around America thought their kids were shortchanged with this one. Number 4. Play-Doh Mini Packs. This mid-80s promotion must have seemed like a good idea at first. Little cardboard cylinders of Play-Doh. And what kid doesn't like Play-Doh? Of course, it was a tiny amount of Play-Doh, up to the size of a McNugget. And you only get one color at a time, which sort of sucked too. But ultimately, what puts it on this list is that this prize ended up being more of an invitation to get yelled at, because you're getting these at a drive-thru, opening them up in the backseat of your dad's company car, and getting it all over the padding. Of course, the real deal was that this was an easy deal to make. Play-Doh has had a relation with McDonald's from way back, selling Happy Meal playsets in stores and Play-Doh packs in Happy Meals. Corporate synergy. I'm loving it. Number 3. Ronald McDonald's sunglasses. The beauty of these frames, of course, is not just that they allow you to show off the fact that you recently dined at Mickey D's, but that you're also damn proud of it. More importantly, it creates a sort of symbiotic relationship with Ronald himself, as he springs from your head like Athena from the cranium of Zeus. In this, Ronald's sort of acting like your own personal walking around ballet, greeting everyone as you pass. He's like a forehead ambassador from McDonald land. Sadly, what Ronald seems to be saying to everyone here is, please beat the crap out of whoever's wearing me. Number 2. Stepometers. This idea completely shot the shit of the entire concept and aimed Happy Meals at health-conscious adults. Yes, completely disregarding any demographic success the chain had ever had, they devised a brilliant strategy to put salads, water, and cheap, virtually non-functioning pedometers into Happy Meals, aimed at people watching their weight at McDonald's, with tons of extra packaging to boot, just in case these imaginary customers were also concerned for the environment, so that this would be a complete failure in the height of irony from any and all perspectives. Number 1. Marijuana. Man, did this Happy Meal end up getting in the wrong hands. Had this not been discovered by an 8-year-old Chicago girl in 2007, and instead being purchased by a couple of college kids with the munchies, it would find itself on the list of best Happy Meal toys ever. But unfortunately, it was not. Instead, the said pot led police to arrest a young man who had needed a place to put his stash, and considered a stack of Happy Meal boxes kept right by the drive-thru a good hiding place. That's it for today's countdown, guys, and as always, stay mythical!